Another thing I love about having video lessons is that oftentimes we just can't get everything done, particularly at the level where you are and you have a half an hour lesson. Oftentimes this is where people move over into having a 45-minute lesson because there's so much to get done. So we can usually only touch on 2 or maybe 3 of the 4 books during a lesson. So this gives me a chance to be able to do some of the ear training with you that we don't normally get to do during the lesson time. So I'd like you to push pause and get your theory book, open up to page 4, and I've got 3 different listening activities I would like to do with you where I play and you listen, and you choose what I'm playing. So when you're ready, we will start on page 4. All right, so we're going to go first of all to the Alberti bass idea, and what's going to happen is, if you remember, that's the Alberti bass. You're playing it long, long ago. You did the Looking Glass River. I think you know in your ear now what a Alberti bass should sound like. So they suggest close your eyes and listen. Don't fall asleep on me. But I'm going to play. There's 3 yellow boxes at the bottom of page 4. And they have chord progressions there. So I'm going to play either the A chord progression or the B chord progression, and then you're going to circle A or B. I'll play them 2 times because normally by the end of 2 times people get it. I know at AIM they usually play things 3 times, but you have the advantage of if you really didn't get it after 2 times, you can push pause and rewind. So there will be 3 on this first page that we're going to do. So I am going to start with number 1. Again, I'll play it 2 times, and I'm going to do it in Alberti bass. Okay, here we go. Here it is again. So if you had trouble with that, before you rewind and listen to them again, you might have to try to think, like pushing the sounds together. What chord does that sound like if you would play it blocked? The answer to number 1 is B. I played a 1, 5, 7, 5, 7, 1. Number 2. And let me do that again. And number 2 is B. Number 3. Let's go to a different key. And the answer to number 3 is B. I don't know if I've ever done that before on these, but I picked B every time. Kind of strange. Anyway, good. Hopefully you got that figured out. You have the advantage of going back and rewinding it and doing it again now that you kind of know what to listen for if you choose to do that. Let's go to page 12. Here we're going to be thinking about sevenths. So I feel like I skipped one. Should probably put sticky marker things here, but anyway, this was I did. We'll go back to that page in a minute. So in these examples, you're going to hear the interval of a seventh, which these are both sevenths. One's a minor seventh, one's a major seventh. And then you'll be hearing some sixths. So this is a little bit of a test to try to see how well you're hearing that new interval in comparison to the sixth. Remember, a seventh sounds like it almost wants to just resolve to that top tonic note. And a sixth will sound like, my Bonnie lies over the ocean. So, all right, so here we have 4 green boxes, and I will play either A or B. I'll play them twice, and then I'll tell you the answer, okay? Here is number 1. And again. And the answer is A. Number 2. 2 again. Are you hearing where the sevenths are happening? The answer to number 2 is also A. Number 3. And again. The answer to number 3 is B. Our last one. And again. And the answer to number 4 is A. Great. Now let's turn back to page 7. That's the one I accidentally skipped over. You're going to be hearing me play again in Alberti bass. And you're going to need to decide which chord am I playing. They are all going to be where I'm going to start first to give you a tonality. I'll give you the tonic chord first, the 1 chord, and then you'll have to decide which chord. Let's see, is it this one you play? The last chord. So I'm going to be playing an Alberti pattern. Which chord do I end on? That's the one you're going to circle. So you got these 4 red boxes, A, B, C, D. So you're listening for which is the chord at the end. I'll try to help you at the first one just so you can kind of hear it. So here we go with number 1. Should say letter A. So what you're listening for is that last one. Okay? I'm going to play it one more time. Oh, nuts, I played that wrong, sorry. Let me play it another time. And your last chord is a 5/7. Hopefully you could hear that, like how it would be blocked. All right, here is your second chord, or your second example. There's your tonality. And here it is again. And our last chord is a dominant 7 again. Box C. Here we go. Same tonality, or should say keyality, G major. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. But that's kind of an easy peasy one, isn't it? It's your tonality again. And our last chord is the tonic. All right, box letter D. And one more time. Hopefully that's pretty easy for you now. That is a 4 chord. Very good. Thanks for doing theory with me.